Greetings, this is Richard. This is another random video on Richard's Random Stuff. Today we are going to do another demonstration of camera exposure and how it affects photographing the night sky. Here we obviously have the moon, and over on the left side of the screen is Jupiter right now, but we can't see it because of our camera settings, the exposure settings. We're shooting a EOS R with a Canon 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 lens using a little Boya microphone. We're shooting 4K video at a thousandth of a second shutter speed right now at f2.8 and ISO 100, and obviously manual exposure. If I increase the shutter speed to 1/4000th of a second, we see the moon gets a lot darker. And go back to 1,000th, 1/500th, so now we start seeing the moon getting brighter. 1/250th of a second, 1/125th of a second, 1/60th, and now we're starting to see Jupiter. 1/30th of a second, 1/15th of a second, and 1/8th of a second shutter speed. And again, f2.8 and ISO 100. This is as fast of a shutter speed as I can do on this camera. So now if I want to make things brighter, I got to start increasing the ISO. So we're taking from 100 to 200, and now we're at 400, and now we can actually should be able to see start seeing Jupiter's moons. I think there are 4 visible right now. I'll go into ISO 800. Now notice the moon is starting to look a little bigger than it actually is. Let's go back for a comparison. So there's ISO 100 and back up to 800. There's ISO 1600, 3200, and 6400. And then as high as I can go in 4K video on this camera is 12800. And notice we're seeing some artifacts all across the screen, also called lens flare. And that's just internal reflections of the moon inside all the different lenses inside the main lens. And actually Jupiter's moon should be very bright right now, but Jupiter is so overexposed that it's actually covering up 2 of the moons. So go back to ISO, I think it was 400 where we could see Jupiter's moon's the best. There's 800. We'll go back to 100 and then back to shutter speed of 1/1000th of a second. And can't see Jupiter, can't see any other stars, can't see anything. So we'll do one more comparison. So 1/1000th of a thousandth, easy for you to say, 1/1000th of a second, f2.8, ISO 100, 1/8th of a second, ISO 100, ISO 1600, 6400, and 12800. Hope you enjoy. Actually, while I'm on the tripod, show you how the artifacts on the screen. You can see they're a kind of diagonal line from the moon all the way across the screen. If I position the camera so the moon's in the middle of the image, the artifacts will be going straight across. So it shows how they're reflecting internally in the lenses. Similarly, if I go to the bottom, we see how it starts angling up. And then if I rotate or pan, see they'll all come together, and I could actually put the moon right in the middle of the image and it covers up all the artifacts.